everyone, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Brandon. And we're the
Wagners. We're a husband-wife duo who travel all around the country since 2021 for Brandon's travel nursing job.
We love hiking, car camping, new cities, and of course, the best food and drink. Along with adventure, we always look for ways to keep our travel budget-friendly.
So pack your bags and join us as we wander together. Hey Wanderers, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to Paris, France. Today is day 2 in Paris and I hope you brought your appetite not only for French cuisine, but culture as well, as today we are exploring the Louvre and then later we have a food tour. We had our time slot at the Louvre first thing, so let's just jump right in. So the Louvre is one of the most famous art museums in the entire world. If you've been traveling with us for a while, you probably have been to a few art museums with us, and I probably mentioned that we're not huge art museum people. So despite that being a very popular thing to do in Europe, this is the only art museum we did because, we still felt like we had to go to the Louvre, and I'm really happy that we did. So, like always, let's talk about tickets and visiting first. So the Louvre is open every day except Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day except for Fridays when it's open till 9:45 p.m. So technically you don't need to book in advance, but it's strongly encouraged if you do. And if you have a group of over 6 people, make sure you book in advance or else they might not let you in. So I'll get more into this in a second, but the lines are really long, so you'll definitely want to book in advance. So as of January 15, 2024, admission of online tickets is €22. There's actually a lot of ways to qualify for free admission. So anyone under 18 can get free admission. 18 to 25-year-olds who are part of the European Economic Area get free admission. People with disabilities and the person accompanying them. Art teachers, artists affiliated with the Maison des Artistes, member of the International Council for Museums, journalists, job seekers, and people who are on income support. So for all of those things, you need to present proof for your eligibility, and then even if you qualify for a free ticket, you still have to register online beforehand to ensure your spot. Also, the first Friday of the month, admission is free for everyone after 6 p.m. except in July and August. So if you'd like, you can add an audio tour for an additional €5, and they also have guided tours, story times, and workshops for an additional €9 to €12, depending on what you choose. So I know that's a lot, but you guys already know I'll drop the link in the description for you so you can see all of that information again and get your tickets. So when you're getting your tickets, you will need to select a time slot to arrive. So please note, they want you to arrive, I believe it's 20 minutes to half an hour before your time slot. So if you are late, they'll send you to the longest line with all the people who don't have the tickets. I'm not sure if they'll charge you again, but just arrive early and you won't need to find out. So we arrived there and there were multiple lines and they were all really lined, and I felt all confident because I had my pre-ordered tickets and I was about 10 minutes early for our time slot, and they had people standing around to help you. So I asked where we were supposed to go, and he told us that we were late and that we would still be able to go into the line for our time slot. So the line moved kind of fast, but it was still really long. So if I didn't beat this dead horse enough, make sure you're very early. I really was not prepared for him to tell me that we were late when my time slot didn't even open for another 10 minutes, but I guess that is just the American in me. But so chances are if you pre-order, you'll still be in some sort of line, but if you pre-order, it should hopefully move fast and be shorter than the ones for people with no tickets. Once you get to the top of the line, they will check your bags and you'll walk through a metal detector. I had my water bottle with me and that was fine, so don't worry if you have yours with you as well. Once inside, you'll start to see how insanely huge this museum is. Oh my god, guys, we got lost so much. This building has multiple wings, multiple floors, little asides and rooms and hallways. It's absolutely crazy. The Louvre is 60,600 square meters or 652,300 square feet. So if you didn't pre-order tickets with your audio tour, you can add an audio tour for, again, that additional €5. Honestly, we didn't do any of the tours and we were here for a long time and we still didn't see everything. I looked it up and it looks like most tours are about 2 hours to 2.5 hours, and you still won't see everything, but they will go through the most important collections. So I guess we probably should have done one, but honestly, I don't regret it. Anyway, of course, it's up to you what you'd like to do, but either way, you'll have fun, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm sure you already know that the Louvre is home of the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, so make sure you see that. I've heard it's pretty overhyped, and I mean, I do agree, but part of the reason I agree is because there's so many impressive pieces of art all throughout the museum. So the Mona Lisa is cool, but don't only see the Mona Lisa. Make sure you stop and see everything else going on. Honestly, the thing that got me the most was just the building itself, and especially the ceilings. Like, the art is not just confined to the exhibits, it's all around. So even on the outside with the glass pyramid and the style of the building. So just take your time and see what you want to see, and don't worry about seeing every possible thing. So if you've been watching Emily in Paris, or maybe you just already know that the Arc is actually in the middle of a roundabout on the street. So to get there, there's a little underground tunnel that will help you go under the street, and then you pop up back at the Arc. So you can actually go up inside the Arc for 13 euros, and they have a lot of the same discounts that the Louvre has, but not quite so many. So it's free for people under 18, 18 to 25 for EU residents, and then people who are unemployed and people with disabilities and the people who are with them. After the Arc, we got ready for our food tour. So our food tour was awesome. We did secret food tours, which I'll link in the bottom for you, but this was unlike any other food tour we've ever done. So normally you go to one place, you get an item, you eat, and then you leave and you go to the next place and eat. But here, the majority of our stops, we just picked up food and then we brought it back to a secret location and then we ate it all together. So honestly, just in general terms, I would typically prefer to eat in each location, but the reason I liked this so much was because this really demonstrated the French culture of food to us. So in France, and honestly a lot of places in Europe, you don't go like to Walmart and get all your food for 1 week in one place, but each day you get what you need and you go to like a specialty place for it. So you go to the baker for your bread, the meat shop for your meat, so on, so on. So the other thing that is big in French culture is it's very common to have family meals that go on for hours as they slowly bring out each course. So we really appreciated feeling like we were participating in French culture by eating all around one big table and having all of our courses. So on our tour we had bread, cheese, meats, wine, chocolate, macarons, and crepes. So notice I said macarons, not macaroons. Macaroons are the coconut chocolate desserts. Macarons are those cute little cakes that are in the different colors, and they're so good. So I have another fun food fact for you. Hopefully you enjoy these as much as I do. The inception of the baguette. So last week we talked about the Paris metro system and how it's very expansive and goes through a lot of the city. So that obviously they needed a lot of manpower to do that. So they had a lot of men from different areas, some feuding areas. And instead of bringing like a little sandwich like you might make for work, they would just bring like a loaf of bread and some cheese and some meat. And then they bring their knife and they'd slice everything up and then put it together for themselves. So the metros are also kind of dark underneath, so let's add together men who are feuding, dark tunnels, and knives. And guess what happened? People started stabbing each other. So the local bakers were tasked with making a bread that people could just rip with their hands instead of using a knife, and thus the baguette was born. So the French way to cut your baguette is to rip it with your hands. So we did that on our food tour, and that was really fun. Also, when you are toasting your wine, make sure you look in the eyes of the people you are toasting with. This is a sign of trust that you did not trust them to poison your beverage. So we had a lot of fun on the food tour and also learning the history of food. And guess what? I have more history of food coming up for you next week. So we have one more day in Paris. We're going to be baking that day and just some general sightseeing. So please like and subscribe if you want to follow along. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and I will see you guys next Wandering Wednesday. Bye!